Good afternoon. Now your STV News, including the headlines for Aberdeen. An inquiry has been hearing how a chief marshal at a car rally approved the spot where a fan was standing shortly before a crash which killed 3 people. Keir Scott said he would have changed his position if he'd known the area at the 2014 Jim Clark rally in the Borders was notorious for car accidents. Mr Scott said while he thought at the time the site was safe, with hindsight he would never have been there. Around 1/3 of black and ethnic minority people in Scotland have experienced discrimination within the past 2 years. A study by the University of Edinburgh also found 1/3 felt the issue was a widespread problem. A charity has raised questions over the ability of Finnish-style baby boxes to prevent cot death. The Lullaby Trust say there's no evidence to suggest they can reduce the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. The boxes will be available for all newborn babies in Scotland from August the 15th. A hospice was amongst the organisations targeted in a £2.5 million banking scam. The Highland Hospice in Inverness lost a 6-figure sum when the phone-based scam hit companies last month. Some of the money has now been recovered. The UK government claims it's determined to drive down tariffs on the sales of Scotch whisky overseas in the wake of Brexit. Scottish Secretary David Mundell says ministers are keen to open up new markets. He's been holding talks on Islay, which has several distilleries. And the main headlines in Aberdeen: the man who led the Piper Alpha inquiry has welcomed a new initiative designed to avoid a repeat of the disaster. Lord Cullen told a conference in Aberdeen that new resources, bringing together 40 years of oil industry knowledge, can help prevent further incidents. And one of Donald Trump's closest Scottish allies has urged the American president's sons not to spend another penny in Aberdeen. Hotelier Stuart Spence says he's offering the advice as a friend and believes they may not get a return on investing more money in the current climate. That's all for now. I'll be back again in an hour, but first it's time for a look at the weather forecast. Good afternoon.
STV Weather, sponsored by Thompson. STV Weather, sponsored by Thompson.